Hello and welcome to Here's Your Apology. I'm Nate. There's Levi, and here we are.
Yeah, here we are.
Here we are.
Back again.
Yeah.
Where I never thought I'd be.
You said you wanted to get something off your chest.
You know, yeah, we got some beef, I'd say.
Well,
And there's a reason these episodes haven't been coming out. And I'm not just blaming, I'm not blaming myself. I'm blaming Nate.
well, you're treating me like I owe you child support, so let's get it out on the table.
No, it's been a year since we stopped because I got taken away building a house. This beard, this luscious beard this represents the year of life that I gave to remodeling this house.
It's like Moses.
So how long was I at the beach, Nate?
A full year. 12.
And how
Actually,
many
over a
times
year.
were you at the beach, Nate?
Did I tell you me and Kat are going to get a divorce?
How many times were you at the beach?
Our marriage is on the rocks. We're barely hanging on.
Basically, I know why you don't want to answer that question, and that's the reason we got.
I'm not
That's the
answering.
reason
Can I
we
pour
got
out
beef
my heart
today.
Can I pour out my heart?
How many years have we been doing this podcast together? It's been a while.
Yeah.
Probably on our third year.
3.
If we count the year that we skipped.
Okay.
2 if we are in production years.
Yeah, it has been a year.
So, how long was I at the beach?
A full year.
And how many times in that year were you at the beach?
Honestly, probably twice. If I'm being honest. Two times. We only went 2 times.
And how many times did I see you at the beach?
I tried to get a hold of you.
How many
You didn't
times?
answer your phone.
How many times?
You don't answer your phone. You know you don't like being bothered.
How many times?
I mean, what do you mean by times?
0. That's the correct
Well,
answer.
you can't really say that.
The correct answer is 0.
That's not fair.
So,
If you think about it, that's not fair. That's not.
Nate came to the beach
That counts.
where I was sequestered in prison
Like Gitmo. Fucking-
on my work release program. And he comes to the beach. Haven't seen him for a full year.
Yeah.
A full beard year. This is a beard year. This is about
Beard.
This is about
Is
what
it
you
really?
get.
Is that really?
About what you get in 1 year. For me.
Oh my gosh, Levi, I feel awful seeing that beard.
Thank you.
I'm really close to apologizing.
I'm just saying, if you were locked up,
That beard is
for a
my
year,
fault.
If you went to prison for a year, I would have come and visited you at least once.
Would you?
Probably more than once, honestly.
Really?
Yeah. I'd probably be your regular guy bringing you stuff to stick up your butt.
Would you put money on my commissary?
No. I'm not that committed. That's for your wife to do for a few years before she leaves you.
How long do you think? She.
I feel like it happened quicker than you would like it to.
Oh well, if you could be like 20 years. I'm like, let's not rush into things, hun. Let's just wait.
But besides you
5
changing the subject, I would like to hear your actual explanation.
How did you?
for abandoning me with a beach house to remodel for a full year?
Yeah.
What's your explanation?
Well, if I'm being a man, if I was to be a man and like really, okay,
And own it?
yeah. If I was to be a man and own this, I'm not going to
own this
just
mistake
yet.
that
Just yet.
I'm not owning. Yeah.
if this was a binding contract, like this isn't a binding contract. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But if I was to like man up and just be like, I'm sorry I dropped the ball. I should have been a better friend to you over this past year. And
But the truth is what I'm interested in. And is the truth I just didn't want to.
no,
And it can be it's okay if that's the truth.
that's actually not the
I would
truth.
prefer to get the truth
Yeah.
than some bullshit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I've already made up an excuse for you. So I'm good. I've moved on.
I'm not going to. Oh, really? What was
Yeah,
your
that's what I
excuse
said. I'm not going to give it to you.
Oh, you're not?
No.
Oh, because that would be like true or false. I'd be like, that's not what at all.
No, but that would give you an out.
Oh, I won't.
You have to come up with your own out.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
That's fair, I guess.
What's your reasoning? You had a whole year to come say hi, come check out the place.
I got a good one coming.
You did go to the beach twice, 30 minutes away from me, and didn't let me know. So technically, we could have hung out or something.
Yeah.
So what's the reason?
Actually, we really didn't. But hold on.
You did at least once.
I did?
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. You posted about it, and then I texted you, and I was like, wait, you were here?
Oh, yeah. Damn.
This isn't fit. I got receipts.
Looking back, it's not looking good for me. I don't know, man. I had work.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Like it was like, here's what it was. And I if you want the real honest truth,
I do.
Two times I tried to go up, got in a fight with my wife over.
I considered that as well as an option.
Overly.
I also considered that as an option.
But that's just between us.
Yeah. Us.
And now my wife.
I considered that as an option.
And then there was three variables in this.
Yeah.
Excuse. But also, this is separate from an apology. You know what I mean? I'm telling you why.
That's what I'm
not
asking.
Yeah, I'm not saying that
I want the explanation.
So that then work, but then like work has been brutal. Work has been really
Yeah.
No, work. So
you work a lot.
And
right.
This summer I worked a lot because we're down 2 dudes. Anyway, on my days off, I was like, I didn't want to do shit.
No, yeah, and I understand that. You know what I mean?
But that doesn't change the fact that I wasn't there for you. And I should have gone.
You had a year, but
Dude, I didn't realize how like I didn't realize how like separate you really were from everybody.
Yeah, I was just by myself down there. Eventually my wife came. And it was just the two of us.
Was it like being a gitmo?
Yeah, literally I would wake up, do manual labor for 8 to 12 hours depending on the project.
Yeah.
A day, even on the weekends a lot of times.
Mm-hmm.
And then go to bed and wake up and do it again for the last year. Like that's been my life for a year.
Damn. Yeah, I've only been doing that like 4 days a week.
But you also have
I have
friends and family.
Just family. You were my
coworkers.
Friend. I was like, oh.
Coworkers at the very least.
Okay, yeah. True.
I'm like in my head just all day. Like, wow, I really don't have any
with
friends.
Yourself. Isn't that the weirdest thing, though?
I mean, yeah, you're just alone. And then you try to tell your wife you're alone, and you're like,
that's like,
you don't get it. I don't mean like I'm alone with you, but like I'm lonely.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's funny because they're like, I'm right here.
Exactly. Yeah. It's different. It's a different alone when you're just
like-
like, I'm working by myself with headphones on every day for the whole day. And then at night, it's not like we're like having discussions, you know?
Did you?
We just like watch something and pass out. And
You
then I wake
draw,
up
like-
and I do it again. And I'm just like, you know, hooked on coffee, hooked on my vices, like, you know, just like trying to push through every day because I can't leave until it's done. So it's really like a prison sentence in that sense, where it's like,
Yeah, you just described the last decade.
the
of my
longer,
life.
like if I take a day off, that just means I have to stay down there for longer.
Another day.
Yeah.
So you're like, oh, it'd be like a prison sentence that was like dig a ditch 3 miles long.
Yeah, for a year.
No, just
Yeah,
3 miles
exactly.
long.
It's because also I'm like waking up and I don't
5 years.
I don't find any pleasure in the projects either. So it's like waking up dreading what I have to do the next day and then just doing it anyways.
Pulling wire.
You know what I mean? Yeah, the worst things, literally, like
Drywall.
cutting myself constantly, like just trying to survive. You know,
Dude, that's brutal. Being alone.
that's what this represents.
Oh,
My
solitude.
my mountain, yeah.
Oh, that's kind of
My small town vibe.
That's
blue
kind of
collar
beautiful.
Levi, you know.
yeah.
This is blue collar Levi right here.
That's like a renaissance. Oh, that's like your rebirth. This is your rebirth.
I know.
We're birthing a new Levi.
One of the things that
In a lot of ways, some people would say you owe me a thanks
you had nothing to do with it.
for this rebirth. You would have been a little less lonely if I would have visited you. You would have had a little bit more. You would have
A little more hope.
Yeah, you would have had a bit more hope.
Oh, there's people on the outside who still care about me.
Yeah, that glimmer of like
Yeah,
faith in humanity in that eye.
exactly.
Mine's been gone forever.
Oh, you don't
This
get
is
it
all
back. I
fucking-
mean, you don't get it back.
Yeah, this is fucking fake. That's fake.
Yeah, it's gone.
I'm
Like that's what I was gonna
Dead
say.
behind my face.
One of the like changes that I've felt that I don't like is that I take things a lot more seriously than I used to. And I hate that because I used to
really?
love that I didn't take anything that seriously, you know? But now it's like I care more about stuff.
If we have to change,
I
Yeah, yeah.
hate that. You know what I mean? Like I don't like being not fun or like uptight in any like that's not who I feel like I really am.
I kind of like that though.
So this whole like responsibility that's been weighing on me for the last year that I've been doing has changed me to become more of a serious person, and I hate it.
Well, that's early onset Matt Walsh.
That's
You're morphing.
that's
Have you subscribed
guess
to
that's
the Daily
adulthood.
Wire yet?
yeah. I guess it's adulthood, but also like is it escapable? You know what I mean? I feel like I thought I could escape it.
I think most
Getting serious like that.
Yeah, I think most things are escape.
But the more responsibilities you take on and the more responsibilities you have, the more serious you have to take things by, you know what I mean? Like I can't
Yeah.
not call the place to get the thing done, you know, like I can't not get the permits to do the thing,
Yeah.
you know, it's like all this responsibility that I've never had before caused me to have to take my life more seriously.
Mm.
And I just like, I hate that.
Don't know if you like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
there's-
I know it's like good and like, you know,
Yeah, but isn't there more of like a depth of fulfillment? You know what I mean? Like,
I think I'm getting there, but it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell at this point. It's still too fresh, you know? I
Yeah.
just want to like ignore that, the negative part of all that.
that's what alcohol's for.
Yeah.
You know? I think,
Yeah. Cause it doesn't stop, you know? It just keeps
yeah.
getting more and more and more. And then it's like, what did I do? You know?
Yeah.
What
You
am
mean,
I
like
doing?
legacy minded? Like what?
A little bit. I mean, a little bit, you know, there's
Mhm.
that.
Yeah.
But also just like, I feel like just being tired. You know what I mean? And I know that
Yeah, no, I know what you're saying.
like people have to, like at a certain point in life, you just go through life constantly tired. And I never really had that yet.
Oh.
And I know it's,
Oh.
well, I've experienced it for the last year.
Yeah.
And I know it's going to continue. You know what I mean? Like that's part of the problem that I'm like, I know that just even owning that house is going to continue to have projects and things that need to be fixed and da-da-da-da-da. And it's like, now I have 2 houses to do that on.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, I'm going to constantly be doing projects, and I hate doing projects. I'm not that guy. I'm just not that guy, you know? Like I have the skill set, but I don't enjoy it. You know, I don't find the pleasure of, but also maybe because I took on such an overwhelming project, I have a skewed perspective.
For sure.
And so like, that's what I got to distance myself from this whole thing. And like, maybe in 6 months, the idea of like a weekend project to put in a fence or something will feel more fulfilling, you know?
It will.
Because right now I'm like, I never want to do anything like that ever again.
Well, for sure. Because you just crash dieted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's like cold turkey all of a sudden.
No more heroin.
And then
just
it lasted 10 months longer than I thought it was going to last. Like literally we moved in to remodel planning for it to take 3 to 4 months. And it's been a year. So it literally like randomly just stole a year of my life, just zapped it away.
Damn.
And unexpectedly, because I didn't plan for a year.
Yeah.
You know? So it's like now I'm here and it's like, dang, what happened?
Does it feel like you've drifted back, like you've built a raft and somehow drifted back to mainland?
Yeah.
That's what you look like a little bit.
Yeah. Because like I was in downtown Vancouver by the waterfront this morning.
Sick haircut.
This morning, there was a parking garage that I knew was going in, right? Like before I left, I was like, good, finally they're putting a parking garage down here. And it looks like it's going to be a nice, you know, thing. And then this morning we pull up and it's finished. It looks completely done. And I was just like, for a split second there, I thought I was in a simulation because it felt like I had never left. So it felt like it went from not being built to like the next day, it's completely done. Like in my head, I was really like confused for a second. Like, how is this completely done? How'd they do this so fast? You know, like, and then I was like, oh, it's been a year. That's why. So it does like, it throws me off. It's weird like that.
That is weird.
Like I have these weird like time glitches, you know, like being back here. It's like, it feels like I never left, but I did.
Right.
You know?
My dad has those, but they're just seizures.
He blacks out.
They're just time. We call them time glitches, where he like, you know, magically appears and at breakfast.
Yeah.
You know?
So he made it another night. No.
Yeah.
He time glitched.
Dad time glitched.
Yeah.
He'll be out of the hospital at noon. Yeah. He time glitched behind the car today.
Yeah.
I had to call an ambulance. The paramedics. It was embarrassing for us in front of the neighbors.
You know, the foaming at the mouth.
Awful.
But yeah, anyway, so that's my thing.
Yeah, but ROI, dude.
Right.
Too.
I know.
I know you know, but still, it's like, oh.
It was just a lot, and I'm not cut out for it, you know?
You're cut out for it, but...
I mean, I am, but I just,
like
don't,
you said.
I just don't like it.
Yeah. Well, it's like you said, you did it for a year, bro.
I can't wait to shave this thing, man. I look at myself, and I don't even recognize myself sometimes.
I thought you were running for office at the beginning.
Too Jewish.
I've called you sir 3 times.
Yeah. Too Jewish, too Muslim. You know, it could go either way.
Honestly, you could
too much of either of that.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest.
You could be a monk. Look at the camera. That's an Orthodox preacher right there. You're the Carl Lentz of Orthodox of Eastern Orthodox. You're the coolest.
Does that mean I'm going to cheat on my wife?
No.
He did.
Yeah, but he wasn't Orthodox.
And now he's got a show about it. A podcast. He's back with a podcast with his kids and his wife talking about like,
Just over and over.
I never thought that your mom was going to have sex with me ever again.
Look, desperate
And,
times.
I still got it.
Daddy's still got it.
We're hooking up on the regular now, just FYI. If you guys were wondering, kids.
Yeah. That's the name of his podcast. Daddy's still got it.
Yeah. Carl Lentz.
Carl Lentz podcast. Or The Big Oopsie.
Yeah. Sorry, babe. Didn't mean to cheat on you.
And then make a podcast reminding you about it constantly.
Yeah. Like, let's talk about it with the kids so that, other people who have cheated on their spouses and are trying to keep their families together can see the example that we're setting.
Yeah. it is wild to me how those people who do those crazy things, while it's not crazy that he cheated on his wife. Like, it's not right, but it's not crazy. Like, it happens all the fucking time, right? That's not the crazy part. The crazy part is his entire existence is predicated upon preaching not to do that.
Exactly.
And now he's back in the spotlight
I feel like that
preaching
happens
not to
too
do that.
often. You know what I mean? Yeah, the same thing. Like,
Yeah.
listen, guys, I went there. I learned my lesson, so you guys don't have to do it. All right? You think it's worth it? It's not worth it. Okay? I almost lost my family.
The grass is not
right,
greener.
kids?
Oh.
Right, kids? You guys almost left me?
Yeah.
They're on the podcast.
But you're back.
But you walked in on me and your mom earlier, right? You remember that?
Yeah, we're still active. We're
I still got it.
Yeah, he still got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they always have like a secondary podcast with the fellas, and they're all drinking a beer or whatever because they're relevant.
Yeah.
And then they'll be like it's the grass, like names the grass isn't greener or some shit like that. And it's just like 7 dudes and then a pastor talking about how they all cheated on their wives.
Like the emotional affair guys have their little thing they say.
They're gay, by the way. Emotional affair guys.
Yeah.
That's gay.
Yeah. Well, it also doesn't count in my book. No, I'm just kidding.
Emotional affair or
oh, that's
doesn't
cheating.
count.
Oh, no, that's cheating.
It doesn't though.
I mean,
it doesn't. It's wrong.
Like, really what you did is you wanted to cheat and then you caught yourself and you didn't. You know what I mean? So like,
you're pretty much a hero.
You don't need to go make your wife feel like you don't love her over that. You know what I mean? Like, Don't go to your wife and be like, just by the way, I've been talking to this lady who I almost cheated on you with.
But I didn't.
But I feel like emotionally I did. So just so you know, we're having problems. Like, what the? Why would that go out?
Well, the Lord hates Levi. The light went out on old boy. That's so funny. Emotional cheating isn't like Carl Lentz. Okay, Hillsong wouldn't have kicked him to the Carl Lentz. He's their moneymaker. He's their Tyson.
He's their Justin Bieber.
He's their Bieber.
Except for that they lost Bieber. Judah Smith took Bieber, and him and Carl had a falling out. So he's more
really?
like their Robert Downey. He's their Iron Man.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah. Or,
I mean, name another one.
Meek Mills and Diddy.
No, I mean, name another pastor from...
Oh, T.D. Jakes?
From their branch? Is he Hillsong or whatever?
Oh, no. Dude.
Exactly. He's Iron Man.
Yeah, he's
Everybody
Iron
else,
Man.
nobody even knows.
Nope.
What were we saying?
Not a clue.
How are we getting
Emotional cheating isn't cheating.
Yeah.
The Levi Garcia's fucking
I would say, like, still don't do it. Still don't do it and feel bad about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, feel guilty if you do it. Like, I'm all for that.
Feeling guilt, that is.
Yeah, like, feel bad that you did that to your wife,
Really
But
to yourself,
don't
too.
tell her you did it.
Yeah, you got to keep secrets.
If you did,
That's
if
the
it
best
didn't
thing for a
amount,
marriage.
if it didn't amount to anything, you're just hurting her. You know what I mean? Or no, am I wrong?
No, you're onto something, dude.
I'm not saying to
I
do
think-
it. I'm just saying if you do it, don't turn it into. It's not the same as actually cheating.
Okay, and you're right, but I'm not saying I'm gonna do it, but if I were to do it, how should I do it?
Like, here's an example of it being completely wrong and
Okay.
inappropriate. You get on a dating app,
Oh,
or you
that's crazy.
seek out conversations like that, right?
Okay,
Wrong.
that's not
Here's
good.
an example of when you shouldn't tell your wife. Well, first of all, don't like if you do that, if you go on Tinder and start chatting people up, you should tell your wife because I feel like you are being unfaithful.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
100%.
But let's say somebody, some lady you're just working with comes on to you, right? And it makes you feel good because,
Not at my work.
getting hit on feels good, right?
It does.
Being admired feels good. So let's just say some random lady, I don't know how you met her, does that and you feel
Okay.
good, right?
Yeah.
And you actually are in a position where you see her regularly. And so you have that good feeling regularly because you're talking to her regularly because you have to.
Mm-hmm.
Don't-
my mother.
At that point, I'd say recognize the feeling, recognize why you're feeling it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't pursue it any longer. Shut it down if ever that comes up, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then don't tell your wife. In that scenario, right? That's the type of scenario that I'm talking about.
Because it would just.
If you're like sexting them, whatever, it's different.
That's insane. What would that be?
I don't know what emotional cheating is. if I'm
Okay,
being-
yeah. I was like, what? Where's? Yeah, that's interesting.
There's obviously lines, but
Sexting's definitely a line.
exactly. Sending photos and stuff, line.
What's worse? Texting or photos?
Are they nudes?
Yeah.
The nudes.
Oh.
For sure.
Yeah, that's not emotional anymore. That's
Anyway,
literally.
let's get back to Carl Lentz. What we were saying about him?
Oh yeah, him and his
Family started that podcast.
dragging his family through the fucking mud
Yeah.
over his.
I feel like the church is in a tough spot because of forgiveness. You know what I mean? If you truly believe in forgiveness, a Carl Lentz can cheat on his wife, come back, be forgiven, and be given back some portion of what he had before, right? But should they? You know what I mean? Like, they have to because of forgiveness, and like that's what they teach and what they need to be an example of. But in a scenario like that, should they?
I don't know, because I don't think forgiveness means like you get established your status back.
You don't think?
No, it just means like you're forgiven of what you've done up until this point. We're not going to let you continue doing it, but we forgive you for what you've already done.
Yeah, but isn't forgiveness wiping the slate clean, like it never happened?
No, it's like, well, yeah, like
we don't judge.
like
you.
I'm not
We're not
holding,
gonna hold it
yep.
against you. You can apply
Yeah.
for the job.
Yeah.
and we won't even look into that because we forgive you for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so then it is.
No, but then that doesn't mean you get your
If they're not considering that negative thing,
look. If,
he could, and he has. He's trying to with the podcast, you know.
Sure, but like if a teacher fucks a kid, right, and the parents forgive the teacher, it's not like the rest of the school's going, all right, come on back.
But if the school forgave the teacher, they would.
There's still a community that would kill that teacher.
Is the church not the same community that would kill the teacher?
No, they'd put him back on if they could.
What I'm saying is the
school.
church forgives the pastor, so the pastor comes back. The school, if the school forgave the teacher, they would allow that teacher to come back because they would forgive and not use that.
I guess if you're
against them.
Yeah, if you're using it in that sense, I guess so. But I don't think, forgive but don't forget type thing.
Well, that's what I believe. But I think that that's the hard spot that the church is in because they also have to show that they forgive, which means we aren't going to judge you based on this thing. You're still cool with us. You know what I mean?
To me, that's crazy because it's like, we forgive you, but obviously there was an underlying issue that we didn't address and you didn't address. So let's make sure that issue is taken care of before we even talk about like any form of leadership or.
Right. But let's say they say that it was addressed.
Oh, well.
He was out of the public eye for a couple of years. They put him into like some.
That's
sort
what's
of pastor
going
camp.
on. That's exactly what's happening.
Like pastor internment camp where they like learn not to cheat on their wives again. Yeah.
They wrap rubber bands
They
around
legit
their
do
PPs.
stuff like that. Yeah.
I know.
I was in a conference of senior pastors for the Northwest, and one of the keynote speakers was somebody who had committed an emotional affair on his wife. And the church was welcoming him back.
Les Welker?
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
That old dog.
And he came up on stage,
Shout out.
got a standing ovation from all the senior pastors in attendance.
That's the Assemblies of God, man. Very cool.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It happens.
I know. No, I know it happens. I was addressing if it should happen. I would say no.
And I'm saying, why does it happen? Because of a rock and a hard place. You have to prove forgiveness is a.
Oh, I don't think they give a shit.
I think you have to prove forgiveness
because the people who they want gone, they fucking will make them leave.
Yeah, but why bring somebody back from the dead? You know what I mean?
Because he's a moneymaker. Like Hillsong, New York was a giant church.
That's true.
They were bringing in millions. Like there's.
Yeah, but that's like Bud Light bringing in Dylan Mulvaney. Is that his name?
Yeah, but how?
It's like bringing the guy who got canceled and everybody hates back onto your brand to like rejuvenate it or like giving them a platform again. Like, oh, this guy cheated on his wife and he's this leader that everyone despises, but we're bringing him back.
OJ, he got back on Twitter.
Is it a white person's thing to slap your mom's butt? Let me show you this clip real quick.
Later, babe.
Bye, I love you. See ya, brah. Bye, mommy.
The whole family, right? Okay.
That's like a family. Okay. No, I would never
it's
think.
It's a family affair.
Yeah.
So that's not like a white person thing?
It has to be. I'm going to tell you why.
But do you know other white people who do it?
I'm not kidding you, Levi, because it's insane that you brought that up. Because this week, I was at the Limp Bizkit, Corey Feldman. Hold on. There was a family there, an entire family, 6 kids, 2 parents. They were like all Limp Bizkit family, right?
Did you really?
Yeah. Grinding on mom, dancing with mom, like seductively. So those whites fucking they exist. They exist, and it's not just an outlier. Like,
well, let me tell you,
they're like.
I also have a friend and know somebody who
from the mountains of Caucasus.
Like that video, almost exactly in the same fashion as that video, slaps his mom's butt up until to this day.
What?
My age.
Oh.
Imagine
to the point where the cheek lifts up
just like
and slams back down.
Any contact with your mom's butt is wrong, in my opinion. See, and this person was previously Mormon. They are Mormon. The family is of Mormon descent.
Mm.
And So I wasn't sure if it was a Mormon thing or just like a white person thing or like
It's a white person thing. Damn it.
like the other thing is that we've confronted him about it and he's been defensive every time.
Oh, are you serious?
He's never been like, you guys are right, it's weird. He thinks it's weird because we're making it weird.
All right, let's play this out real quick, okay? Because I want to be, so I get an understanding of how your friend reacts. Let's give him a name. Do you want to use? Who is it?
I'm not gonna ever use this. I already told him I'm gonna talk about it on the podcast, but I'm not gonna.
All right. You know. Well, you're sick. You're sick friend. No. What's his name? Dennis. We'll call him Dennis.
Okay.
Okay. I'm you, and you're Dennis. Hey, Dennis.
Just so you know
what I'm about to ask.
No, I'm you're Dennis. What do you want to talk about?
You're Dennis, because I want to know how he responds to you when you say,
okay.
Like
what I say is, that's not normal, right?
Okay. And then Dennis says,
me and my brothers have just always done it.
Okay.
But you should stop and feel ashamed of yourself. It's just, something that we've just always done. Like that type of...
Oh. He just doesn't go...
We're like, yeah, but it's gross and weird.
Yeah. It's extremely gross and weird. It'd be like honking your mom's titty.
And then he'll make a joke about it, because I think he does know. He'll make a joke about it. But
he's been doing it so long.
He's also been defensive of it, So it's like, and to my knowledge, it hasn't necessarily stopped.
All right. Can I talk to Dennis real quick? Dennis King. Just stop, bro. Stop touching your mom's cakes. It's weird.
I never could. You know what I mean? Like,
is his mom like juiced up? Oh, okay. we have a problem.
I'm just saying. What I'm saying is, okay. So I knew that about him, right? Mm-hmm. And I thought this must just be a weird Mormon and or family thing that I don't understand. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna give it to him. Like let him have it and not be too.
You thought it was like a secret handshake?
I mean, it's like either like I constantly make fun of him for it, or I just let it be. You know what I mean? Can I always pull that out? Yes, but I'm gonna just let it be. He does that. I know it. I'm not gonna constantly pull it out.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna know it. You know what I mean? And just let it be okay, even though I disagree with it. You know what I mean?
That's also strategically and socially smart, because you could be in a scenario where he could maybe make fun of you or whatever, and you just give him a look like...
Exactly. It's always in the pocket.
I know.
But I'm not gonna. You know what I mean? Although...
But you could.
I thought this is a one-off.
Yeah.
This never actually happens in real life. And then I saw that clip that I just showed you.
Yeah.
And I thought, how many people are doing this?
I thought you were going to say, get it.
No. I'm like, if it's not just a one-off, and this clip proves that, then how many? Yeah. I need to know, how normal is this for white families or whatever? Like, whoever's doing it. Like,
yeah.
How normal is it? What percentage of American families are comfortable slapping their mom's ass?
I would say all of Mormonism.
You think it's
yeah,
a Mormon
I do.
thing?
I do. Now that I think about it, the family at the Limp Bizkit concert was very Mormon-esque. Dad had a polo shirt on with cargo shorts, and he had a part, and not a hard part, a dad part, and he was rocking out to Limp Bizkit.
Yeah,
I mean the kids grinded.
They're like edgy Mormon.
Yeah,
you gotta be edgy Mormon.
Yeah,
if you're gonna.
Yeah, but they were still okay with.
But the other problem is that he doesn't see the sexual side of it. It's like anytime I'm touching cheeks,
Mm-hmm.
there's a sexual side to it. You know what I mean?
No.
Think about an experience where you're touching cheeks and there's not a sexual side.
Okay, so I've done this thing forever. Mm-hmm.
Is it an ant? You're touching an ant? Like,
Oh.
ant counts too, you know?
Dude, I'll impregnate.
It doesn't just need to be mom.
That's-
It's still weird if it's ant.
That's
So
small
careful.
potatoes.
Tread-
That's small potatoes.
tread carefully.
An ant? No.
All right, what were you going to say?
I've done this thing ever since my kids were small, where I would.
Okay, your kids are
no.
different.
Well, okay, and yeah, I can't think of anybody else. But like, I'll smack them as hard as if they're just standing in the kitchen,
Uh-huh.
like making a
But
sandwich.
what about your adult children?
And I go whack.
Still with your adult children?
It's been a while.
You probably wouldn't now. It'd be weird. Honestly,
It would be weird.
it'd be weird if you did, and you know that it'd be weird.
Yeah, it'd be weird.
And
that's why I don't.
Exactly. That's
why I
what I'm
don't.
saying. It's like he doesn't accept that it's weird. These people don't accept that it's weird.
Yeah.
So they just keep doing it. It's like, it's weird. You know it's weird.
Mhm.
So stop doing it, you
Yeah.
know?
I say one. You get one weird one. Like okay, you've been doing it your whole life, but then there's when someone tells you, okay, what you're doing it's weird, it's semi-sexual.
Once you've been told, yeah.
You get one after that to feel weird, and
Once-
then you're done.
Exactly. Because once
One
you've
to
been
feel
told,
weird.
you got to be able to, like,
Be aware.
be aware that that's a worldview out there.
Yeah.
That it's not just your worldview where it's normal, that somebody else has the worldview that it's not normal.
Yeah. It's
And, like, let's consider that.
yeah. It's either that or you have to fuck your mom. That's
Yeah.
that's the only two options at this point. Stop or go all in.
Yeah.
Literally. You know what I mean?
And that's the thing. If other people are telling you there's a sexual component to it, whether you feel it or not,
You're doing something.
there is.
Yeah.
Because again, I can't think of a scenario where I touch cheeks and there's not a little bit of a I'm touching cheeks sexual component
Mhm.
to it, you know?
Yeah. So he should, if he doesn't want to stop doing this, like, is he married?
Tradition, let's say. Yes, his wife is the one who told us, and she's
She
equally
freaked out by
creeped
it?
out.
Oh, she's married to him?
It's an ick situation.
That is a very ick situation.
yeah,
dude.
yeah.
Imagine if you were married.
What about laying your
Oh.
head on your mom's lap watching a movie?
Dude, I almost puked. You just said that? That's insane.
I bet this clip of these people, they probably do the same. They're probably like worse, honestly. The fact that they're even filming it and putting it on the internet means that they're doing worse.
Or they were loved as kids.
They're just
I
like,
just have,
like their baby brothers, you know, breastfeeding, and then they come in and take a little sip type of weird.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're like
Can I finish
next
that off?
level
Yeah.
weird. Yeah.
I see you got some left over, Mom.
Yeah. Oh, anyone else hungry?
You mind if I back clean up?
Honestly, I've never seen it happen in person. And when I saw that clip, I thought, now I've seen it basically in person. And I've never wanted to see that in my life.
Yeah, to be honest, if I'm really thinking about it, if my mom was caked, I don't know, because my mom doesn't have an ass.
You think that if there
She
was
looks like a
something there to smack, you would go for it?
I don't know. I'm not saying that. That's a big leap. I'm just saying.
You basically just said that. You basically just said that.
I'm just saying the Lord took the option away. She looks like if you took a frog.
Don't
and
even
stood
want to
her
know.
up.
Don't even want to know.
Well, I'm not saying. She just no ass.
Don't want to know. Don't care.
Pancakes. That's
The fact that you're thinking about it enough to make these descriptions bothers me.
You know what? I put myself in these scenarios for the audience. I immerse myself in the,
The fact
part.
that you're
thing
going
you're asking
there
me to do.
yeah, bothers me.
That's called method acting, and people win Oscars for it.
I'm going to go out and on the record, I think, as we close this subject and say, my opinion is don't do it. And if
Mhm.
you're doing it, please stop. And if you don't stop, don't do it around me. and don't post it on the internet for me to see. I don't want to be getting clips of I don't want to get another clip of another family who does the same thing, because it bothers me.
That's right.
It bothers me.
That's right. And I'm gonna piggyback what Levi's saying and say the exact opposite. You need an OnlyFans.
Send
you and
me
your mom,
all the clips.
Send me the clips of you and your caked up mom getting spanked by you. Because we want to see it. We'll post it to the Instagram and
make everyone uncomfortable.
make everyone feel weird. But no, stop. Seriously, it's getting weird for everyone but you, who has no social cue. It's really getting weird for your wife. Does he have kids? God, say he doesn't have kids. He has a child.
The apple don't fall far from the tree. I told his wife that she's gonna be getting smacked here very soon from their child.
Molested. Like Hamlet.
Hi, Mom.
Didn't Hamlet? Oh.
Mom.
Bloop, bloop.
Chick, chick, chick.
Yeah.
You know. I'll make it jiggle.
You know, when they're young, you can make excuses. Ha,
Like when they're young, when they're young, it's like an overhand smack. You know, it's like, ah, you know, it's like when they're babies, it's like an overhand.
Get your attention.
When they become teenagers, and it's more of a underhand, you know, and that's when it becomes inappropriate.
That's insane. Underhand cupping your mom's.
If it's not an overhand, if you can't smack your mom's butt overhand, you shouldn't be doing it.
Yeah.
That's the limit. If you're tall enough to go that you got to go underhand, you're too old to be doing it.
I mean,
and you're aware of what you're doing.
Side is dicey. The side, that's dicey.
No, side is, if you're side, you know you're on your way. It's just stop. Start now.
Yeah, safe enough to say is like well before middle school.
For sure. For sure.
This guy has a learning disability. How close of friends are you?
My wife's best friend's husband.
Oh.
Gonna be in my life for the rest of my life.
You got to teach him. Take him under your wing.
I'm trying.
Yeah.
I'm trying.
I could say, you know what, too? Just the last thing. When he says it's not sexual, just the kind of guy that you've described, I believe him. You know what I mean? In his head, I think it's as innocent as he thinks it is.
Right. That doesn't matter.
It's fucking weird to everybody else.
Not
that
the problem.
Doesn't matter.
You know?
That's the message he needs to get.
Yeah,
I know you aren't a pervert.
Right.
But we are.
And
stop.
not all of us know that.
Yeah.
Either. You know? Some of us think you might be a pervert.
Yeah.
The fact that it implies that you could be a pervert is the problem.
Yeah.
Whether we think you are or not doesn't matter.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? In that case.
100%. You're a good friend, Levi. You're a good friend. Tell him.
Doing the Lord's work, trying to clean up society one relationship at a time, you know?
Yeah. unlike me not showing up. I don't know. Let's forget about that.
I am there for my friend.
Let's forget about that. Let's